What's up, cousins? So we are back with another video. We are doing our 2022 recap. We're going to break it down in 4 quarters and let you know what we kind of did this year, because this year was like very different for us because J Mills went full-time as a content creator. So I'm gonna let you jump into it first.
So me going full-time is honestly, I would say about 6-7 years in the making of like working hard. It was really something I've really focused on the last 2 years. I was in a job that I was really unhappy with, and I was making a little over $100,000 a year. And so it was really hard for me to walk away. But I put in my 2 weeks, and Jan 1, I was like full-time.
Deuces. Okay, so for me in Q1, on the corporate side, my job did not have like a LGBTQIA support, anything, recognize the holidays, nothing. They didn't recognize Pride. So it was a year in the making for me to actually create that within my job. So I actually had to write out my plan of wanting what I now call the LGBTQIA at work. It's a support group for people who are within our community and the allies that support our community. So I roll out updates when it comes to prides and things that's going on in Atlanta. Did you know facts, like how to use certain pronouns and things like that. So that was like a big deal for me in Q1.
That's huge. Yeah, that's a big deal.
Holland started private school. Harper was already attending private school, and then we were able to get Holland on board, which we've seen a change immediately. Like sign language, speaking Spanish, stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. Harper quit dance.
I want her to get back in dance.
She turned 4. And this was like her first time not having a big party. It was more so like a school party. We went big piñata, Encanto themed, all that stuff. What else did we do?
Oh, so one of my favorite partnerships that we secured was with Savage.
Yes.
Let me tell you, when I got that email, I screamed. I screamed maybe for like 5 minutes straight. And I remember we were like on the couch.
I'm like, what's going on, girl?
And I remember Harper being like, Mama, what's wrong? And I was just so excited.
You're like, Savage. Savage. I'm like,
what are you talking about? I said, Savage X Fenty, girl. Get into it.
So yeah, that was dope because it was like a quick turnaround, and it was alignment. Like our photographer was able to come shoot. We was able to turn the stuff in. Literally, the items came the same day. We have to shoot like an hour before the shoot. Yeah,
because they had sent the items and they were like, I think got stuck in the mail or something. And we were just like waiting on them, and we had missed the deadline, and it was a quick turnaround. So I was so sad. But as soon as we got those items,
boom, we made it work.
Yeah.
We also had a material girl moment. Material girl. We were invited to Candy and Todd's old lady gang. What was like a reopening?
They had a show.
Oh yeah. It was for the show. They invited us to come and have a good time.
That was a cute moment. We had a really good, and that food there is so good.
The food was so good. But yeah, it was definitely giving material girl. All right, so let's move on to Q2. I actually went to DC Pride. Shout out to DC Pride. I met a couple of our cousins out there. That was just an amazing time. I actually recommend DC Pride. That was like, from being here in Atlanta and going to so many prides, I don't know, it just seemed like a class of working lesbians that like had their shit together, all celebrating, and I loved it. It was like a vibe.
So is Atlanta a little more?
No.
It's a little different.
Yes.
Okay.
Also for Q2, we did have a couple pride campaigns. I think J Mills had like one huge one. You did Lee Jeans.
Yes, I was happy about that. I was excited about that. We also had a partnership with YouTube, which was really fun.
YouTube, that was fun. That we did the coming out. Also met our brand manager Katie for the first time.
Yes, it was so good meeting Katie. And it was crazy because we talk every single day. So meeting her wasn't like, oh, this is awkward. Like, no, like we met her, we were like, I love you.
And then like Harper got to come to our meeting, and she had to like talk about the brands she wanted to pitch.
That was so funny.
So funny. But yeah, that was a good time as well. And before we close out Q1, like J Mills did something huge.
Okay, so the end of of 2021, I was talking with this casting company about a reality show, and you never really think that stuff is going to materialize. There were a lot of interviews. There were also interviews with the network for the reality show, and then ultimately I got to do a chemistry test, and they flew me out to California, which was amazing, and I got to meet some really famous people, some famous, amazing women, and it was so funny because they were like, "Well, what do you do?" I was like, "This, I guess."
But yeah, that was like, we were really happy supporting her from here. It was like so crazy because it's like one of those things. She didn't know how long she was going to be gone because I guess you had to like go through phases of like being chosen or whatever. So we're like, oh, like I remember waiting, like, okay, like we'll hear from you. Did you make it to the next round?
Yeah.
But that
so I made it almost to the last round. So I got cut. it is exactly like how it is on television. So yeah,
it's like, hey,
it's like a little tap. I'm like, come here.
Go ahead and clock out for me.
Right. But I knew it was gonna happen. Like, you kind of get a feeling. So, but that, all in all, it was an amazing experience, and all the women that I met were amazing. Nobody was petty, catty. There was no underhanded stuff. It was a really great experience.
All right, so let's jump into Q3. I think Q3 was like really like laid back for us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we started it all kind of turnt because we went on our first couples trip to Miami,
which was amazing.
Oh my God, yeah.
So we already have spent time with Ebony and Denise, already had spent time with Red and Ashley from Two Mom Culture. So it was our first time meeting Richard and Carlos from Real Dads of New York in person. So I've been on the phone with Richard. We had like conversed, we had text, but all of our energy, like in person, was amazing.
A vibe. Like, yo, oh my God, like I just cannot wait for us to do it again next year.
Yeah, we have some really we're like throwing out some really good ideas for next year, but it's a lot of times like group trips, one don't make it out
they don't make it out the group chat.
Yeah, and then sometimes not everyone travels the same. We were all on the same vibe.
Like, especially when I say travel, and when she says travel the same, like the hotel is like the hardest part. Trying to get everybody on board with how you like to like sleep when you're out of town. But we were all on the same.
But I think everyone was chill because like I had already known. So throw back real quick to Q2. I spoke at X-Hood conference at Parent X-Hood, which was an amazing experience. But I already know that like Ashley and we like to get up and get coffee. So that's what we did while we were traveling. Denise likes to drink coffee. So I think we kind of broke off in small groups where people who get up early link together, and people who slept in.
And I know everybody there, like, we love to shop, so we did our little shopping in the Miami Fashion District and spent a little coin.
Dior Cafe.
Yeah.
And I love Dior. We got the best treatment in Dior. Some of the other stores were not so nice.
Right.
But Dior was a great experience. Yeah. And you had a good experience at Rick Owens.
Yeah, I did too.
But she walked in, I think she walked in with that energy, I'm going to buy something, so.
They didn't even offer me no class. And that's when y'all took that photo without me, but whatever. Also, for your birthday, we did a staycation in Alpharetta, Georgia.
And that was so fun.
Yeah, I've never been to Alpharetta. I don't know if I really need to go back.
I've been a couple times to Alpharetta. It's just a little far from us, but it's such a cute city. Not the most diverse from what we saw. I know we're out there because I talk to people and I see people talking about Alpharetta, but we felt a little.
And the food wasn't all that good. Do we have any good? Well, Rummy's kitchen was good.
Yes, it was amazing. Yeah. And we stayed at
the Avalon.
Oh yes, that was a beautiful hotel.
Yeah, the hotel was nice.
Yeah, and then I always like a vacation experience where you don't necessarily need a car. Because I know I'm not going to drive, and then I don't want to call it Uber.
And then we dropped our kids off at Ebony and Denise's house while we were in Alpharetta having a good time. Yeah,
so that was a great birthday.
And then in September, for those of you who are familiar with ballroom, I actually got inducted in the House of Balenciaga.
Which was a huge goal of
yours. Really, because I've been into ballroom like since I was living in VA, like when we had like a small like lesbian trans scene for ballroom. But now I'm part of the House of Balenciaga. I am their first masculine presented woman to walk their fashion categories. Right now I'm walking urban streetwear. Okay. So that was like super good.
And I think this was a huge accomplishment also because you were feeling like motherhood was like all encompassing. So she really wanted to have something like just for yourself.
Yes.
Also in October, what were you about to say? Because I wanted to see if we thought of the same thing at the same time. Okay, we also got tattoos.
We did get tattoos. You probably can't see, so we probably have to insert the pictures. I have H&H here.
And I have H&H here.
Yep. For the girls, you know. Yeah,
we've been talking about for years getting their names. I know my mom is like ready to get hers because she was supposed to get H&H too. But that was just like a cute day. We had a whole day where we had like a day date.
Yeah, I was off work, so I was like, let's go out and do something.
That was fun.
Also in October, we were invited to this YouTube creators event. And we got to meet De'Ara. Like, I feel super excited because I missed the first introduction, but when I came, she ran and gave me a hug because she already knew I was coming.
That is not the full story. So she was upset. Let me tell you. Okay, so I see De'Ara and I'm not like compelled to like go up to a lot of people because I am like more shy in person. I remember I saw Jackie Aina at a YouTube event one time and I wanted to like fall out and cry because I love her. But I couldn't. I'm not going to go up to her and tell her. I don't know. So anyway, so I go to De'Ara and I say, hey De'Ara, like I just have to tell you like my wife loves you. And she told me that you might be her, what do you call it?
A hall pass.
You might be her hall pass. And then she starts laughing. I said, but I told her she can't get in unless I get in too.
She's crazy. Like, how many cocktails had you had?
I don't remember. I don't recall. But we were at Google. And I was with Ashley. Shout out to Ashley. I love Ashley. And we were just having like a good time. So they wouldn't let Sequina go up just because of like the building rules. And as we're leaving, we see De'Ara again.
Right.
Because I told her, I said, we're your girlfriends now, the both of us. And so then she sees us and then she had been yelling at me like, why would you say that to De'Ara? Why would you say that to De'Ara?
But then like we were like in the parking garage and she had seen me. She was like, where you been? And she came and gave me a hug and like it was just like a dope vibe and connection.
Yeah, she was just like really good vibes.
We were talking about the girls, like everything. It was just like cool. It was vibes. So that was like really like a big deal for us because we have been watching De'Ara for like years.
Forever. Yeah.
Me and my best friend Lamar, we went on our first best friends trip.
My husband.
Her husband. I had to walk my first major ball in Charlotte, North Carolina, so he accompanied me and we had a great time. And I definitely would travel with him again because you know, you would think about all these years we've traveled together many times, but it's always been with our partners. So this was like our first one-off trip, and it was like such a good time. Like I really can't wait till we do the next one.
And it's so I literally think I was about to say I think that we're dating two different. I literally think that we experienced two different Lamars because he knows if he were to go on vacation with me, it would be totally different.
Totally different. Like we were on more turn up. We were like. The hours of sleep was like this. We were like out to like 4 a.m. in the morning, going to Waffle House drunk, like waking up like, what the hell did we do?
I'm not trying to do none of that, no.
But yeah, it was like a good time and like I needed that. That was really good.
And then, okay, so then now, I mean, we're still in Q4. So holidays with the girls.
Yes.
The girls had a performance at school.
Oh my God,
which was so cute. Except for when Holland saw you and she started crying.
Holland seen me in the crowd and she wanted to come and hug me, but her teacher grabbed her, so she was pissed.
That was so cute.
That was cute. And then like I successfully did the Elf on the Shelf for 25 days.
You did a really good job. You were very dedicated.
I'm going to up it next year and do 2 elves.
Sometimes he moved twice in a day too. Yeah. And the girls loved him. Like even Holland.
Yeah, so it was like I think that's what like motivated me, like them like every day waking up or like Harper like, guess what Elliot did? He took all the toilet tissue, you know. So yeah, if you guys have some amazing elf ideas for next year, make sure you send them my way.
Absolutely. So then so far ending out the year, we actually the amount of money that we secured is over double my previous salary.
And we secured 42 brand deals.
Yeah, like over 40.
Over 40.
Because some brands we worked with multiple times, so I try not to count them multiple times, but yeah, we worked with about 40 brands this year. So
I am ready to bring on 2023, okay?
I know, I'm so excited. I have so many ideas of things that I want to do. I really think that we have to start working on our vision boards.
Yes.
I want the girls to do vision boards.
Idea.
And I want all of us to write out our goals. I want them to write out their goals, but then us to write out goals for them too.
I like that.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about next year. I think 2022 was one of our greatest years.
Yeah, I mean, just going into it not knowing what it was going to give, it gave what it needed to give.
Yes, and then so cheers to you becoming a full-time content creator.
Yes, next year. All right, y'all. Later.
Bye.